Good, and we are rolling.
Good afternoon. Thank you for attending today's press briefing, and thank you to those viewing at home. My name is Captain Andrew Rates. Last name is spelled R-A-A-T-Z, and I'm the Public Information Officer for the Two Rivers Police Department. We are here today to update you on the investigation of the tragic death of Elijah Vue. Elijah has been our top priority since he was reported missing on February 20th of this year. Since the discovery of Elijah's remains last month, law enforcement and the District Attorney's Office has worked diligently to bring those responsible for his death to justice. Today, you will hear from Manitowoc County District Attorney Jacqueline LeBray. First name is spelled J-A-C-A-L-Y-N. Last name is spelled L-A-B-R-E. She will relay some important information in our goal of bringing justice for Elijah. After hearing from DA LeBray, we will not be taking any questions. However, you will be provided with a packet that will contain all the information that we can share at this time. DA LeBray.
Good afternoon, and thank you for being here. My name is Jacqueline LeBray, and I serve as District Attorney for Manitowoc County. Today, I want to provide an update on the tragic events surrounding the death of Elijah Vue. After thorough investigation by law enforcement, the Manitowoc County District Attorney's Office has issued charges in connection with the death of Elijah. Dassey Vue is being charged with physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, hiding a corpse, and obstructing an officer. Katrina Bauer is being charged with chronic neglect of a child, consequences death, child neglect, and obstructing an officer. Both Dassey Vue and Katrina Bauer are presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. A copy of the criminal complaint filed today will be available after this briefing, and I anticipate that a bail hearing will be tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. before the Court Commissioner in Manitowoc County. Bail will be set at that time, as well as an initial appearance schedule. This is an incredibly tragic situation that has shaken our community. My thoughts and deepest condolences go out to Elijah's family, who are enduring unimaginable pain. Elijah was a young boy whose life was tragically cut short, and his death has impacted not only his loved ones, but the Two Rivers Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, our partners in the FBI and Department of Justice Criminal Investigations, and other agencies who have worked tirelessly on this case. Our priority has always been to ensure a fair and just process, and today's announcement is a reflection of our commitment to upholding the law and seeking justice for Elijah. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the diligent work of law enforcement who has been investigating this case since the beginning. Also, the District Attorney's Office staff who have been working with law enforcement since the day Elijah disappeared. This has been a complex investigation involving meticulous review of hundreds of pages of police reports, video evidence, and other materials. The charges we have filed today reflect that diligent and thorough work. As we move forward with these proceedings, I ask the public to respect the legal process. It is essential to remember that those charged are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I also ask that the media and the public respect the privacy of Elijah's family as they navigate this heartbreaking time. While I will not comment further on the details of the case out of respect for the ongoing judicial process, I assure you that we remain committed to working with law enforcement to hold those responsible for his death accountable. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, DA Labrie. We'd like to thank the Manitowoc County District Attorney's Office, our partner law enforcement agencies, the Wisconsin Department of Justice, Division of Criminal Investigation, DCI, the FBI, Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office, as well as all the other agencies that have assisted us at the local, state, and federal level. In addition, we'd like to thank all the private volunteer groups that provided search efforts and resources, our community, our extended community across the nation for the continued support in our investigation and our goal of bringing justice for Elijah. As I stated earlier, we have a packet for each of you containing the criminal complaint, related statute excerpts, as well as transcripts from today's briefing that will provide you with critical information. We'd like to thank you once again for your time this afternoon. This will conclude today's press briefing. You can step forward and grab one of your packets.
Can you email out the complaint as well?
I can. Okay, just take one of these.
Oh, sorry. So that's the news conference that happened a few hours ago where they went over the Elijah Vue and what they're charging the mother and the boyfriend with. Let's bring up the criminal complaint form thingamajigger. Here we go. It's redacted, but it's because there's personal information. 18 pages. So it's the state of Wisconsin versus Katrina Barr and Jesse Vang. Oh, he's much older than her. I'm just not noticed that. He was born in 84. 37, 38, 39 years old. And then Katrina is, I'd have to get the calculator out for that one. 1992 subtract 2024. So she's 32. So that's interesting that there's a big age gap there. Not too big of an age gap, but still. So we swear a state's following complaint is true and correct. So this is for Jesse. He's count one of physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, repeater. The above named defendant did between January 1st and February 20th. Manitowoc County, Wisconsin did commit repeated acts of physical abuse involving the same child. Victim child 1 is Elijah, where at least 3 years of the acts were violations of section 948.032, whole bunch of and at least one violation caused the death of the child, contrary to section, and then that's when, upon conviction shall be sentenced to imprisonment for life, and further invoke the provisions of section 393. Cause the defendant is a repeater, having been convicted of 3 misdemeanors offenses on separate occasions in 5 years, or 1 felony in 5 years, which convictions remain of record and unrevised. The minimum term of imprisonment from the underlying crime might be increased by no more than 2 years, or if the prior convictions were misdemeanors and not by more than 6 years. So that part doesn't really matter to me because, well, I guess it kind of does, because if he the first part, he could be sentenced to life. So maybe if he doesn't get cause of death charged, then they still charge him with something else, then they can no more. They can't add on more than 2 years to it, I guess. Anyway, hiding a corpse, repeater. The above named defendant did between 19th and 20th did hide a corpse with the intent to conceal a crime, contrary. Upon conviction may be fined no more than 20 $25,000 or imprisonment not more than 12 years and 6 months or both. Further, invoking the provisions because the defendant is a repeater, having been convicted. Okay, so that's what the repeater means. It means that he's been convicted of another crime that's a misdemeanor and or a felony. So that's why it says repeater. I was like, does that mean he repeatedly hid the body or no? Obstructing an officer. The defendant did between the 20th and 21st. Did knowingly obstruct an officer while such officer was doing an act in an official capacity with a law authority. Obstructed officers contrary to blah, blah, blah. And then for Katrina, chronic neglect of a child, consequences death. So between January 1st and February 20th, being a person responsible for the welfare of a child, through her action, failure to take action for reasons other than poverty, did neglectfully fail to provide necessary care, necessary food, clothing, medical care, shelter, so as to seriously endanger the physical, mental, or emotional health of the child, and the child suffered death as a consequence. And the actor is guilty of chronic neglect, as he, to wit, contrary to the sections, upon conviction may be sentenced to a term of imprisonment not to exceed 60 years. So if she gets that, then she gets less than 60 years. But if he gets, because I guess he actually caused the death, but hers is just neglect, which the consequence was death. And then count 5, neglecting a child, specifically harm did not occur and child has a disability. Oh, so this is when she left her car with her. This is when she left her daughter in the car at like 2 or 3 a.m. to get a booty call. And it was like less than 30 degrees outside. And she didn't provide any heat or anything. Like the car was turned off and she just went in and did her thing while her kid was freezing outside in her car. The above named defendant, on or about Wednesday, February 14th, being a person responsible for welfare of a child, victim child 2, so that's the older child, through her actions, failure to take action for reasons other than poverty, did neglect to fail to provide necessary care and necessary shelter as to seriously endanger the physical, mental, and emotional health of a child. Harmed classroom. So this would be, upon conviction, be fined no more than $10,000 or imprisonment not more than 3 years and 6 months. Obstructing an officer. So that's another 9 months. Oh, 2 counts of obstructing an officer. Probable cause. The complaint alleges this information informed by the reports of Megan Klumpin and Jacob Glazer, known to the to be officers of the Two River Police Department. So these are all the things that we already know. February 20th at 11 a.m. were dispatched to the road. See, this is the funny part, is they edited it out up here, but now it's in the report. So the news people. Anyway, so this is the original. When Jesse woke up, apparently he saw the kid was missing. Called 911. He resided in an apartment with child 3, his nonverbal autistic 15-year-old son, and victim child 1, which is Elijah. So we know this information already. Interviews with Jesse. This is the one where at the apartment at the time, Bang was in possession of child 3's cell phone and had it on speakerphone. Barr was identified as the party on the open line. Barr indicated she was driving to Two Rivers from Wisconsin Dells area with her 6-year-old daughter, which is the victim 2, is the one that she left in the car. who has autism. I think they said at one point, and I could be misremembering it, but she's also nonverbal, or she needed she has a cell phone that helps calm her, I guess with videos or music or something, because I think that was in the police report when they were reviewing it, that she was saying like, oh, her phone's dead or something like that. So she was having a hard time calming her daughter down before she left her daughter in the car. Yeah, this is basically where Katrina would go back and forth with the kid, and she would drop him off, and then she would re-pick him up, and then she'd drop him off again. And he was taking him like a few days at a time or a week. And he was quote unquote trying to help, like, what was it, like be a man or something like that, male role model. And this is, he was asked about victims' behavior issues, explained that he has been wearing his sister's dresses and walking around on his tippy toes. Oh, that's the first time hearing that. Detective Herman asked what bad behavior victim child 1 had exhibited. Barr interrupted and said that the victim had been aggressive towards his sister and will steal things at the store. Bang said he also behaved better when he is with him. Bang stated that the victim is afraid of him, and when corrected himself and stated that child 1 respects me, Bang stated that they put victim 1 here as punishment for his bad behavior. Bang stated he had to play the bad role. Bang said he disciplined him with timeouts, takes away items such as pizza and ice cream, and withholds milk as a punishment as well. Withholding milk could be considered abuse because that's like a necessity in a way for kids. But the pizza and ice cream, I'm like, well. Bang further stated that victim child 1 is scared of cold water, and Bang would give victim child 1 an ultimatum and asked if he wants cold water. He denied following through with these ultimatums. But then how is he afraid? Like, obviously, like, that's where I'm like, obviously you did do that with him if he's afraid of it. Like, how else would he know to be afraid of it unless you did it? So I feel like that's a lie. I feel like you did do that to him as a punishment multiple times. He also indicated he makes him stand in as a form of punishment. Yeah, and then he would like make him stand for like a few hours. Stated following his shower yesterday, he just stood in the room with him when asked if the child was being naughty yesterday, so he was made to stand in the bedroom. Vang stated no. Vang indicated that the point was to make the child hate being here. He stated he napped for 1 to 2 hours. Vang said after his brother AJ Vang stopped by around 2 p.m., he stayed for 30-40 minutes, said the victim was in timeout, stayed in the bedroom while AJ was there. Vang said that about after dinner, he talked to Barr about watching a movie. He said he talks to Barr on the phone a lot, almost 24/7. The detective asked where the victim was at this time, and he stated mostly just quiet. He stands there. Detective Herman asked if the child sat down at all, and Vang said, he can, yeah. I usually make him stand up and pray. Added that he will tell the victim to hold his prey or say good boy or sorry mommy. Vang stated he's trying to make victim child 1 understand that going home is like a privilege for him. That's gross. Vang said victim child 1 was good between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. yesterday. He confirmed he made him stand for 2 to 3 hours without sitting, and in the event he will try to sit down, Vang said that he will say, you want cold water. Vang added that victim child 1 is fine, and it's not like his knees are shaking about to fall over, you know. These people are idiots, by the way. Like, good thing they're idiots, but they're idiots. They're admitting to all this shit. They must have proof too. Like, hopefully they have proof that they did this stuff. Van continued to detail events from the day before. He said the two kids, so his son and Elijah ate dinner. After dinner, they watched a movie called Ready Player One. At this time, Vang put Elijah in punishment and had him stand in the corner or by the bed near him. As Vang spoke, Breyer interrupted, indicated that she felt like the questions were irrelevant and asked, "Do I need an attorney?" So they must have been talking together, or he was on the phone with her. I think that's what he said. Vang said as he watched the movie in his bedroom, victim child 1 usually stands at the foot of his bed praying. Weird. Vang described the prayer as having the palms on his hands together in front of him, and that he was also teaching him to say, "Okay, mommy." Vang said that he felt he had to play the bad parent. Vang said he let victim child 1 go to sleep around 8:30 on the futon in the living room, indicated that the child gets pretty tired from standing. No shit. Vang said he spoke with Barr on the phone until around midnight. And then this is where Elijah went missing in the morning, woke up around 7 a.m., got his son ready. He said he was gone for about 6 minutes to bring his son to the bus stop. And then Elijah was still sleeping on the futon, apparently. He moved Elijah to his bedroom, and then he took a nap. And then when he woke up, Elijah was gone. Questions about the clothing he was wearing. They're interrogating me. I told you they would. Barr then stated, "I know, that's why I said, do I need an attorney?" Advised he was only attempting to obtain information. Herman suggested they take a break. He stepped away to make a phone call while Lieutenant Glazer remained in the apartment. Detective Herman did the review, the recording of the time he was out of the apartment. Also, I just want to go back. Like, what a weird thing to say. This kid's missing. If you're innocent and your kid is missing and he's asking you, these aren't unreasonable questions at all. What was he wearing? About clothing and what he was wearing. And then for Vang to say after that, they are interrogating me. I told you they would. And then she says, "I know, that's why I said, do I need an attorney?" That's a weird statement to make after these legitimate questions were being brought up. Because if your kid was missing, wouldn't you want to give as much information as you could about it and not just skip over things? Like, I would be wanting to tell every single detail because maybe something would lead to finding your kid. Automatically just being like, "Oh, you're interrogating me?" Like, I don't think that's interrogating. I think that's just asking basic questions about your kid. Detective Herman did review the record of the time he was out of the apartment. Asked if there was anywhere Barr thought victim child might go. She indicated the Dollar General store or the White House I used to live at off of VV. Barr then stated if the Elijah got lost in the woods, she would not know. Vang then stated that he felt the questions were being asked were making it like he was punishing Elijah too bad, and that Elijah would rather just take off. That's another interesting thing to say. Detective Herman returned to the apartment. It was informed that Barr was turning onto on the cord VV going through Shoto. Barr stated that she was worried about the river. Vang explained that after the houses to the west, there was a river. Vang stated he wanted to smoke, so he went outside with Detective Herman. Vang later consented to coming to Two Rivers Police Department to continue the interview. Vang indicated he did not have a vehicle. It was currently that was currently running, so Detective Harmon agreed to give him a ride. Barr asked Vang if he would get an attorney. Vang said he would cooperate and then was transported to Two Rivers Police Department. So, and a lot of this stuff is the same stuff over and over again. This is the actual interview at the police department. And then confirming that, you know, yes, these were the punishments I did. And that he wanted to make his home a punishment like boot camp. And that he wanted Elijah, a 3-year-old, to feel like going home to his mother would be a privilege, which is, like I said, it's disgusting. That's really messed up because he's 3. I don't think you should tell any child at any age that going home is a privilege. I think going home is a right, but still wore diapers. Was not potty trained. He had a couple of toys, but he didn't play with them in 9 days. He was with Vang. Vang again stated he has to be the bad parent. Not allowed to speak with his mother. The idea is to deprive Elijah of what he has so he is appreciative of them, which is, like I said, messed up for a 3-year-old. What he thought of. The lieutenant asked Vang what he thought happened to Elijah. Vang said, I was thinking right away he just walked to somebody who would sell him. Advised Vang that there was still a number of unanswered questions. When asked where Elijah was, Vang stated he did not know, but that if he walked out the door, anything could have happened to him. They explained that Vang had a number of inconsistencies in his statement. Vang indicated he was done talking. And then the interview with Katrina at 3:15 p.m., she arrived at the residence. She said she started dating Vang November. So they were barely dating November, December, January. They were barely dating for more than 3 months when she started him in on this. That's kind of messed up as it is. Like, more messed up that they barely knew each other and you're letting your kids stay at his house like that. And previously dated him for a year prior. So she knew him a little, I guess. I don't know. Barr confirmed to the lieutenant detective that Elijah had been with Vang since February 12th and that she had planned to take him back home on February 23rd. Barr later identified January as the first time Elijah went to stay with Vang without her. Barr said that this last week was the longest time Elijah had stayed with Vang without Barr being there. She explained she could not deal with Elijah's behaviors, that Elijah did not act poorly around Vang. Barr described Elijah as being awful and naughty at times. Barr said Elijah regularly threatens to run away if he does not get his way. He's 3. Do 3-year-olds do that? It just sounds so weird for a 3-year-old. And obviously she's setting up this narrative that he ran away. Like, nothing bad happened to him other than he decided to run away. I can't with the whole, like, where did I leave off? Awful. Threatens to run away. She says she ordered special locks for her doors because Elijah had gotten out. Barr explained Elijah never made it as far as someone would see him and stop him. Barr says she's tried to put the behavior correction role on Vang. Barr explained that Vang was the enforcer of rules in the relationship, and that was the reason after sending Elijah to stay with him. She discussed with him that as long as there was no physical harm to the children, she was fine with whatever discipline he enforced. She gave examples of the praying, saying, "I'm sorry, Mama," and going over the 4 rules that Elijah is supposed to be memorizing. She denied there was anything unusual in her communications with him this past week. She indicated that she's on the phone with Vang all the time. She stated that on February 19th, she remembered having a normal extended call with him and heard Elijah say, "Hi, Mommy," in the background. She heard Vang tell Elijah to go to bed. She said this would have been around 7:30, 8 p.m. The interview with her continued as his apartment was being secured and processed for evidence. She was upset and paced back and forth during the interview, accused law enforcement of not doing anything to find Elijah, indicated she spoke with Elijah on the phone Monday night. She said he and Elijah were at the apartment. Elijah kept chiming in on the phone call as he was on speakerphone. Barr became upset when said law enforcement's line of questioning was trying to incriminate Vang. Which is also like, I don't know, I guess if I had a kid who went missing and they were not trying to incriminate, but like kind of pointing out that maybe this guy did it, I would still like, I don't know. I mean, my kid's more important than the boyfriend, so I wouldn't be upset about it. But I don't know. She continued to discuss her concerns with Elijah's behaviors. She said because Elijah's father is incarcerated, she felt important for Elijah to have a father figure. She explained that she does not want Elijah learning girl behaviors from her. It's messed up. She said Elijah calls himself a girl sometimes and steals and wears her daughter's clothing. She said Elijah's behaviors would also escalate when she tried to correct these behaviors. She said that these issues began when Elijah turned 3. She said that he saw this behavior on Thanksgiving at her residence. Vang told Barr she needed to try harder to stop behavior from Elijah. So is this really because your kid was wearing dresses at 3 and that upset you because you possibly don't like gay people and, you know, did maybe it kind of snowballed into the whole like, oh, we're going to unalive him because I don't want a kid like that. Like, it's kind of the vibe I'm starting to get because wasn't it mentioned before up ahead that Vang also made a comment about him wearing dresses and how they were disturbed by that behavior. And now Vang is telling Barr, you need to do something about this. So it could have been, I'm just kind of like putting it out there, a shot in the dark maybe, but it kind of feels like Vang may have unalived Elijah because of this particular issue, and it's kind of what it's starting to feel like, which is really messed up because at 3 years old, it's not that you're trying to be like that. It's you're a kid. You're 3. You know, little boys sometimes do that, and it doesn't mean anything other than they're just playing around. Or, you know, especially if you have a sister and a mother and you don't, you know, even if you had a father, I know of little boys that have done that because their moms are everything to them, right? And they just want to, you know, interact with their mom and, you know, they'll play with the makeup or whatever, but that doesn't mean anything about their sexuality. So I'm getting that vibe. I'm starting to get that vibe from this case. During the interviews, she initially denied being in Manitowoc County on the 16th and 17th, specifically told DCI-SA Neil Lofi that she was not in Manitowoc County on those dates, but cell phone data contradicted her statements. Law enforcement located messages from Vang to Bar from the 17th at approximately 6:34, where Vang tells Bar he's angry because Elijah overfilled his diaper and that Vang gave Elijah a cold shower. See? Cold shower. And Vang noted Elijah was clean but scared. And that's why he doesn't like cold showers, because that's probably not the first time. And he considers it a punishment. So, yeah, he would be scared. And overfill his diaper, well, it's probably because you need to change it more than once. How dare he do that? She later admitted that she had been in Two Rivers on the 16th to see Vang. Barr said she arrived at Vang's apartment around 11 p.m., saw Elijah on the couch, was tired and did not want to talk, and he was fine. And then she left that morning. A preview from her cell phone showed an image depicting Elijah wearing an eye mask, blindfold on his face. God. Elijah appears to have bruises on his jawline and left side of his neck, as well as bruises on his upper left arm. The phone data indicated the image was taken on the 14th and then deleted that day. She was shown the image and said, "Oh no, that's eye mask on him. Those aren't injuries." She denied seeing the injuries on him, initially claiming the bruises were just shadows. She later admitted she took the photo at Vang's residence. She admitted she took the photo on Friday and not Wednesday. February 14th was the image indicated. She said the image was originally darker and must have been altered to show things that were not originally there. She denied the things in the picture being real and became extremely upset and started crying. She continued to deny she was at Vang's on the 14th. She was again told the image was taken on the 14th. She later said she went to Vang's apartment on the 14th, explained she did not talk to Elijah that night because he was tired, but she took the picture because he was sleeping cute. With a mask blindfold on his face. She admitted she made a late night trip to Vang's apartment for Valentine's Day. She continued to assert that when she took the photo, it was dark. She did not see the victim's injuries. When he asked her if she had seen the injuries on the child she visited on Friday, she said she did not because Friday went very wrong. She said she had a panic attack and just wanted to go home. She became upset when asked to describe what triggered the attack, as she did not want to discuss it further. She indicated she had a flashback. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder what happened. She doesn't want to talk about it. Friday went very wrong and just wanted to go home. She became upset when asked to describe what triggered the attack. She did not want to discuss it further. She indicated she had a flashback. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's 6 days before Elijah goes missing. I'm going to have to do a timeline because now I'm curious to see when the last time Elijah was saw versus when this particular incident happened on the 14th. If it happened on the 14th. I just think it's a very odd thing to say that you had a panic attack, but you don't want to discuss it, and it was like a flashback. That tells me that you had some sort of trauma that happened that night that triggers another incident She was also asked about messages she sent to Vang on child's phone while Vang was being interviewed by law enforcement at his apartment. She was on speakerphone. Detective Klumpian had previously reviewed the phone and noted that at 1:31, she messaged, "Stop. Don't say too much. No, stop. You let him. Shh." And Attorney K. Barr admitted she sent the messages because she felt like law enforcement was trying to entrap him for drinking and taking medications while watching Elijah. That's not good, though. Like, why are you okay with that? Like, even if, like, I don't know, like, that's not cool that he's drinking and taking medications while watching your kid, and you're okay with that, and you're trying to protect him from that. Like, come on. And Eric Voland further observed messaging from Barr to Vang from the time period immediately after Vang called 911 on the 20th to report Elijah missing. Specifically, observed Facebook data that contained unsent or deleted messages after Vang's 911 call. Notes that his prior experiences, unsent messages are messages where they initially sent but then deleted by the user. Kind of, yeah. It just means you like kind of delete it for both people. Voland compared Facebook Messenger records to phone extracted records and noted the following messages were sent but then unsent or deleted in the phone. Ooh, so you can actually get those? You can actually like retrace those and like read what they are. That's so interesting. That really actually is, technology is amazing. Approximately 1 minute after Vang called 911 at 10:59 a.m., Katrina messaged say you guys were taking a nap and he left. At approximately 11:07 a.m., she messaged Jesse, "Listen to the way you word things. It's very important. I need you to call me." Approximately 11 seconds later, she messaged, "Say this is your guys' normal sleeping schedule and he's never opened the door before. Don't say anything about the child lock." Oh, shit. Say you guys were taking a nap and he left. Yep. She knows something. She's trying to help him cover it up. Her own kid's disappearance. Cell phone belonging to her and Vang indicated text messages and Facebook messages were reviewed by law enforcement. Noted that between December 1st and February 20th, there were over 15K messages exchanged between them. Some of those messages are as following. She asked Vang to send a voice message telling Elijah that he's going to be put in timeout. Vang sends 2 short audio clips telling Elijah to listen and ask him if he wants to go to a timeout. Vang messaged that Elijah needed a father figure, she needs a break from her kids, and that he can show her more tricks. Sorry. Barr thanked Vang for helping with her kids, especially Elijah, because he can be a toad. Vang said that he can't do much for the daughter, but he can teach Elijah. Vang sent 50-second videos showing Elijah sitting on the couch answering questions for Vang about what happened with the water. Elijah stated that the daughter did it. Vang message, "Okay, up to you. It's making it harder on Elijah. Haha, you're breaking him down every time you come in. Haha." Ugh. Barr message, "Is he still up?" And this was at like 1 a.m., I guess. And then at 10 a.m., Vang sent a 20-second video, which Elijah is being prompted by Vang to say phrases that include, "I promise, mommy, I love you. Sorry, I'm going to be a good boy no more." Vang sent a 12-second video showing Elijah saying, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. That's so sick and wrong. That's just so wrong. Vang stated pin this for next time he's bad here. And then sent a 23-second video showing Elijah wrapped in red, white, and black checkered blanket. Vang prompted Elijah to say, I be a good boy, I promise. I don't want to live with Uncle no more. No more Uncle. I be good, sorry. Bar replied, aw. And Vang said, let's see if he keeps his word. Aw? This is sick. And she's happy with this. Vang sent a 27-second video showing Elijah whimpering and saying he wants to see Pam. Vang then messaged, she's trying to manipulate me, haha. Vang then sent another 6 video showing Elijah being prompted by Vang to say, I'm not going to say that word, no more bad word. Vang then messaged that Elijah keeps running out of the room door, not the front door, saying, I'm going to be nice. Vang messaged that Elijah was fake crying and that Elijah was definitely spoiled. Vang messaged that Elijah was being a little faker, manipulator, and crybaby. Bar messaged about having a hard time disciplining him. Vang tells Bar that she needs to stand her ground. Vang states that the child cries about everything. He's 3. Vang sent a 9-second video showing Elijah standing by the door in Vang's room. Vang asks why is he fake crying as Vang approaches. Elijah quickly sits down and says, I good boy. Vang message, remember he's in boot camp, and I hate that when I tell him to come in the room, he's like, don't hit me. And when I have to pick him up, he's like, ow, you're hurting me. So if he's like, tell him to come in the room, he's like, don't hit me. I mean, that means you probably have done that more than once. So that's a learned behavior. Vang messaged that he's a faker and references Elijah praying a few times. Bar messaged that since they moved, Elijah is afraid of men. Oh, yeah, great. Gee, I wonder why he's afraid of men. Vang sent a picture showing Elijah with the red, black, and white blanket on his shoulders and message, but look who's awake. Bar message, my heart. I feel like I've been shot. And Vang messaged that Elijah will be fine. Bar message, it's hard on me too, you know, but I know it's what's best. There's a lot here. These people are bastards. Vang messaged his punishment from faking earlier and then sent a 15-second video showing Elijah in the dark bedroom saying, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Bar message if she can send him a voice message, but Vang says no more seeing him. He's freaked out for like 3 hours earlier. Vang message, okay, he's up. It's his punishment from pissing me off with that fake shit earlier. Ow, don't hit me. Ow, you're hurting me. Vang sent a 16-second video showing Elijah rubbing his eyes saying good boy. Vang tells Elijah to keep going, and Elijah repeats saying good boy. Bar replies, man, I can hear the defeat. This is like all day. Like, I don't know if, like, this is continuously. So from the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, like, this is like day after day after day, multiple instances of him basically like torturing this kid. So we're still on the 23rd. He sent a YouTube link of an annoying sound and messaged, make him watch this because he keeps crying saying you wants and blank. Bar message that the video is annoying and thanked Vang. Making him watch this. Vang sent a 27 clip video showing Vang's hand on on Elijah's neck and shoulder. It appears Elijah was crying, and Vang was telling Elijah to make sad and happy faces. What? Vang sent 5-second video clips showing Elijah laying on the bedroom floor with a pillow and blanket saying, "Good boy, good boy, good boy." God, this is like fucked up stuff. I'm sorry for my language, but Bar message asking if he's up, and Vang replied that he's doing his daily routine of reforms. And this was at 11 o'clock at night. Almost, yeah, it was 11 o'clock at night. And this is the next day, 1:24. He messaged that Elijah opened the door and left outside while he was sleeping. Bar reminds him to lock the child lock. Vang messaged that since Elijah was good, he allowed Elijah to go in the living room, and Vang fell asleep. Vang messaged, "Yeah, he's really in trouble today. I trusted him that he was a good boy." Vang then sent a 3-second video showing Elijah standing in the corner by the bedroom door saying, "Good boy, good boy." Vang messaged that he's going to be tough on words now, and now I'm saying no more mommy. Oh, this poor kid. This is like horrific. Vang message, "This little guy has been crying all day and he's in timeout." And this was so the first one was at 11 a.m. So this is at 1600. It's like 13, 1, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is at 4:30 that evening. This little guy has been crying all day and that he's in timeout. He messaged that he fell asleep around 9 a.m. and then around 10:30 a.m. he heard the door close and Elijah came back in crying. Vang messaged that he had let Elijah do fun things yesterday and he betrayed Vang today. She responded that she's forgotten many, many times and woke up to one, if not both of them, gone. Well, and then 2 hours later, he messaged saying that he found a new punishment for Elijah. "He's stepping on my back." She asked to call him, but Vang said Elijah is going to hear her voice and then cry. Vang talked about his back hurting and he can't sit for long. 2 hours later, Vang messaged that Elijah is up. Vang is not letting him sleep and he is in timeout today. So that's torture. Actually, that's like abuse and torture. You're not letting him sleep. It's pretty messed up. Then at midnight, almost at 1 a.m. the next day, he sends 2 videos, 7 seconds and 14 seconds of Elijah sitting still and not saying anything. He messaged, "Why does he look so lost and sad? Haha." She said, so sad. And that Elijah is holding in tears. It's 3. And then at 2 a.m., he sent a 25-second video showing a close-up of Elijah's face. Vang asked Elijah several questions, and Elijah said he'll be a good boy and listen to mommy. Vang messages, "Haha, that's Elijah when he sees you tomorrow." Vang sent a picture of Elijah and messaged last day in timeout. Vang had sent like 12-second video showing Elijah being asked by Vang if he wants to talk to mommy. Elijah is prompted by Vang to say no crying and promise. She states that he gets so sad. She messaged if Elijah was sleeping and he messaged not yet, very soon. Sent a 13-second video showing Elijah sitting upright, but he appears to be sleeping and head bobbing. Vang message, "I won't let him sleep. He's very tired." Bar message, "I see that. LOL." So that was the 25th, 26th, and now 27th. So it's been a whole day. Bar had a video chat, and then Vang messaged, "More reasons for me to time him out and bring him back again for another week." Bar messaged that she had faith in him. The 28th, she messaged, "Elijah is staying when I get back, Kay?" And he messaged, "Yep." And of course he is. He's done for. 29, he sent a 18-second video showing Elijah standing on the couch being prompted by Vang to say, I miss you. I miss the daughter. I be good boy. No more bad boy. Vang messaged, he's in stand-up timeout. She messaged how and Bar messaged how child 3 feels about victim. Okay, so child 3 is Jesse's son, the 15-year-old. How does he feel about Elijah? He said that he doesn't care, and he didn't say anything when Vang showed Elijah to him. Vang sent a video, 35 seconds, showing Elijah saying, sorry, mommy, and then prompted by him saying, I be good boy and not bad boy no more. He then sent a 38-second video showing Elijah sitting in the bedroom floor and crying. Vang tells Elijah that he keeps lying. Elijah is crying and saying that he wants to go home, and Vang replies, no more home for you, and you live with Uncle now. I'm on page 10. I feel like there's so much here. Bar message asking what's doing, his usual standing, saying good boy. Here we go. Vang messaged that he woke up to some noise and Elijah had his phone, tablet, and Nintendo Switch. He messaged that he was furious, and since Elijah has learned nothing, he can stay longer. Bar messaged Vang that Elijah is still a toddler and has temptations. Vang messaged that Elijah's punishment was cold water. See? So you've been using that as a punishment. You said that you hadn't been during your interrogation/interview. So therefore, you are probably lying. You did abuse him like that. Hey, guys. Hey, Jaznaz. Hey, Under Your Scars. Sorry I didn't respond sooner. Bar message asking what Elijah was doing. Vang messaged that Elijah was standing in a standing timeout saying good boy. Bar suggests allow him watching TV because Vang needs a rest. Poor Vang. Vang disagreed and said he can't think because he's so tired. Bar stated that she doesn't want Elijah to hurt himself while Vang is sleeping, and Vang message, Elijah hasn't left the room since I told him not to. He's good on that part. Poor Vang, so tired from punishing a 3-year-old for weeks on end. This is on the 31st of January. He doesn't think that Elijah's ready to go home and that he's done with his lying. Bar message asking if Vang thinks Elijah know what is lying or not, and then offers for Elijah to stay at his place longer. And then he says, yeah, he's the naughty one. He's in baby prison right now. And then she replies, LFMAO. And then he sends a 10-second video showing what appears to be Vang lying face down. And Elijah has his eyes closed and staring and standing on Vang's back. Vang is asking Elijah if he's a good boy or a bad boy. The next day, she messaged, what's the little guy doing? And he replied that Elijah was sitting in a chair saying good boy. He sent 2 photos showing that appeared to be Elijah sitting in a chair folding his hands like he was praying. She messaged, he looks mad as fuck. Vang messaged that Elijah was sad and not mad. Vang then sent a 10-second video showing Elijah holding his hand up to his ear, like talking on the phone. Elijah is being prompted by Vang to say, "Mommy, come get me." That's so gross. Vang sent 2 photos showing Elijah looking at the camera with his hands folded like he's praying. She messaged, "Thank you again for doing for us." He replied, "No problem, just keeping loyalty and respect." Vang sent image and 5-second video showing Elijah lying face down on a pillow and focusing on his ear. Vang messaged that he wanted to watch the video, see if he can hear Elijah breathing heavily. Law enforcement further observed messages from February 13th and 14th, which indicated that she had traveled to Vang's apartment at approximately 9 p.m. on February 13th. They were discussing Barr coming into his apartment for sex. She cannot see the Elijah when she gets to the apartment, and that Elijah can be placed in the bathroom while they have sex at approximately 10 p.m. or 10:12 p.m. Barr messages Vang that her daughter is going to sleep in the car. See, that's when she makes her autistic daughter sleep in a cold car at like 2 a.m. in February in Wisconsin during the cold. And that, here we go. Is there a way to shut off your headlights? No, can sit off completely. I can't find her cell phone, but a cop just passed by, so I want to make sure she's good. Let me find her phone quick because I need to have some type of sound for her. Probably thinks someone is warming up. Barr responded, "Not worth the risk. I'll leave it off for a bit and then turn it on again." Okay. Message, she found the phone, but it was dead. She messaged that she would leave her phone in the car at approximately 2:40 a.m. Barr questioned whether they leave her phone on phone call or sound. Vang replied, "Phone." Barr agreed and told Vang to put yourself on mute right away. She also messaged, "It should stay warm for a bit, right?" And he responded, "Okay," and then, "Yeah, I will." At 3:13 a.m., Barr took the cell phone image of Elijah, which shows him wearing the eye mask, blindfold, or having apparent bruising injuries. And then at 4 a.m., the image was deleted. Then her phone leaves Two Rivers at 4:30 a.m. on the 14th. It was 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and the high temperature was 36. Has been previously diagnosed as autistic. So that's the one. Yeah, that's the second count of child neglect and abuse. Officers locate a photograph taken on February 15th at approximately 8:24 p.m. that depicted Elijah standing in a corner wearing only a diaper. His hands appeared to be in a praying position and the diaper looked full. The photo appeared to be taken in Vang's bedroom. And this is about the Quickie Mart store purchase. About when they were driving around. Apparently, so this was on the 16th. So this is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is 4 days before he goes missing. So one was going to a gas station, the other one, and she dropped off. So Barr was going to a gas station, but she dropped off Vang at a bar, I believe. February 16th at 11 p.m., she called Vang's phone and went to a Quickie Trip store to purchase items, which was confirmed by a severeless video. At 11:21, Barr messaged Vang, "On my way, put him to sleep." He said, "Okay." Arrives at the apartment around midnight. Both Barr and Vang's cell phone move so they both get in the car. They both go to Manitowoc. At approximately 12:50, Vang went to the Saucy's bar in the city of Manitowoc and went inside by himself. This was confirmed by a patron of the bar. Barr and Vang's phones separate for about an hour. During that time, Barr traveled to the Quickie store again and in the city of Manitowoc. Officers were able to view surveillance video from the Quickie store In that video, Barr can be seen sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle. There is no child seen in the vehicle. She is then seen making purchases inside the Quickie store alone, and then her phone travels to Vang's location. They return back to Vang's apartment at approximately 5 a.m. Barr leaves Two Rivers, and then on the 16th, the daughter was being taken care of by a person in Wisconsin Dell area. On the 16th, child 1 was in Two Rivers and supposed to be under the care of Vang and Barr. Law enforcement has been unable to locate anyone other than Vang or Barr who cared for the child victim. So that's also one of the counts of child abuse, basically, is that they said that they left him in the apartment for too long without supervision. On the 18th, Vang messaged Barr, "I told you to trust me. I'm making sure he hates me and being here." She responded, "I don't want him to hate you, just fear you." Vang responds, "It's okay. Someone had to be the bad person." Barr messaged, "I know, but either way, he can fear you and respect you." And then Vang said, "He did fear me, but he didn't respect me. Now I'm making him respect me." On the 19th, he sent a video that was originally created on the 22nd, January 22nd, which prompted Elijah to say, "I be good boy. I promise I don't want to live with Uncle. No more Uncle. I'll be a good boy. Mommy, sorry." Barr responded, "He looks so traumatized. Laughed my ass off." Vang messaged that Elijah is in his timeout corner. She replied, "Good. He deserves it." So this was the day before he's reported missing. So I'd like to theorize that Elijah's probably still alive on the 19th because I don't think they would be having this conversation if he was deceased. So something happened. Something happened at after 12 p.m. on the 19th. And I don't know if they're gonna. Well, I mean, obviously, if they have something, they wouldn't have gone forward with this. So I feel like they definitely have enough proof. But and then here's the different witnesses. Video canvassing. Oh, this is interesting technology and like research into it. So this is really cool. Based on Vang's prior statement, he had been home watching the movie Ready Player One on Netflix on the evening of February 19th. Law enforcement did review his phone records and Netflix records. According to the phone records, there was no manual operation of Vang's cell phone or outgoing activity on the 19th between 6 p.m. and 7:12 p.m. During that time frame, Vang's cell phone was located at his apartment on Mishicot Road. According to Netflix records of Vang's account, on February 19th, an Android cell phone was used to stream the movie Ready Player One. The first stream began at 5:59 p.m. A user action was required to initiate play of the video. The video played for 1 hour and 18 minutes until it was stopped or paused. The movie was then played again at 7:28 p.m. User action was required to replay the video. The movie played for 36 minutes. So somebody did try to watch it and then paused it and then watched it again on the night of February 19th. And they're saying that, according to the phone, there was no manual operation of Vang's cell phone or outgoing activity on the 19th between 5:15 at 6 p.m. and 7:12 p.m. And his phone was located at his apartment during those times, according to Netflix records. So somebody was streaming the movie onto his cell phone. On February 26th, received information indicating that witness one's Nissan Altima was being operated in the city of Two Rivers during the time frame with Vang's Netflix account was playing Ready Player One, specifically S.A. Reagan received information that Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department Deputy Alex had indexed witness one's license plate at approximately 6:46 p.m. on February 19th while monitoring traffic in the city of Two Rivers. Believed to be on 5th Avenue in Northwest time. Police energy. So maybe some other time I'll go over discovery of the human remains. Yeah, because it's getting late for me and we still got a lot of pages. So I'm going to bookmark it. And then maybe tomorrow I'll come live again. And we can discuss more of this stuff, especially the witness accounts and then the discovery of human remains, because I haven't read this yet. And then the repeater. AS to Jesse Vang. Oh, these are past charges. Past charges for her. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, we'll go over some more of this later. Tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off. But I do want to say real quickly that I don't know if you guys have been following the Innocent Project stuff on Twitter and all that, but there was here, let me bring it up. So in Texas, there was a man, Robert Robertson, who was supposed to be put to death tonight. And they basically stopped the execution. So that's awesome. It was actually like down to the last hour or two, because I think he was supposed to be executed at midnight, and it went in. Let's see, it was announced at 7:51 p.m. my time. So that's what, 8 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's like 11 o'clock, like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So it was cutting it pretty short. But yeah, so the Supreme Court of Texas, as a stay order is issued to the following case. And then it says, yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. Because I obviously don't agree with the death penalty to begin with. But when you have a case where someone's professing their innocence and there's more to be looked at and reviewed on it, then I believe that it should be required to review the more evidence or whatever they have. So, and a lot of people, I haven't looked into this guy's case, so it's actually the first time hearing of it since yesterday. And I, signed the petition and all that and retweeted and, do what you usually do. And luckily, good favor came in for this guy, because I've seen, unfortunately, people be executed. Missouri is very good on that. Ignoring, possible evidence of innocence and then still just executing. So I'm very grateful that they issued a stay, and that hopefully this goes back to the courts and all that. And, if this guy truly is innocent, then, hopefully that leads to his exoneration. But like I said, I don't know much about his case. Let's see. I don't know much about his case, but a lot of people are saying the crime never even happened. Integrity of our justice system. We cannot allow an execution to proceed where there's substantial doubts about the validity of the conviction. It is imperative that we ensure every individual receives a fair trial and justice is truly served. So this might be an interesting case to actually look into, and see like more of the details of it. But I'm just glad that, you know, it's been stopped for now and that they can review it. Hopefully they sit down and hopefully. So, but thank you for being here, Jazz Naz, Under Your Scars. I saw Amy popped in earlier and said hi. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everybody who might be listening to this afterwards. I hope everybody has a good night. And like I said, I probably am going to go live tomorrow evening and discuss more about the charges and all the rest of the evidence that they have in the Elijah Vue case. But I'm glad that the truth is coming out and that they are moving forward with possibly prosecuting Katrina and Jesse. But I do agree with the original. In the beginning of this video, I played the press conference. They are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. So, I mean, they might be innocent for all we know. I highly doubt that based on what I read tonight so far. It sounded like Elijah had a horrific nightmare week or two before his passing, which is incredibly sad and heartbreaking. No child should ever have to experience what Elijah did. But I'll be seeing you all later. And let's see. I don't really have a video to end with, so I'll just say my good nights.